What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is just too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Seán Mead. My best pal, how's it going?
Going good, bud. Long time no speak.
It's been 5 days.
It's been 5 days, Connor. That's the least we've spoken in about 4 years.
It's too long, if you ask me. It's absolutely too long. But Seán, as an introduction, we're going to be chatting a lot this week because I don't know if you're probably not invited, but we're having a Patreon hangout on Saturday. With all the patrons, and I kind of invited them. I don't know if I mentioned it to you.
I have several family funerals and weddings, but I can push all of that for the Patreon hangout. I don't mind. Several, yeah. All at once. It was very strange.
They didn't even talk to each other.
No, both sides as well. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
But yeah, so if you haven't heard, before we get into weird news, we are having a Patreon hangout on Saturday. It's at 1:30 Irish time, or Greenwich Mean Time, if you'd like.
Which is whatever time it is in your country.
I don't know what that is.
We're not going to do the maths for you. You're a smart person.
Yeah, so if you want to come along, all the patrons are automatically invited. It's just basically a Google Meet where we all jump on, we have a bit of a chat. We think we might rank DC movies just for a laugh for an hour this week or this month.
So there'll be no S tier, am I right, guys?
Okay. This is not Heroes Zero, please. Right? But that's going to be happening on Saturday. So if you want to come along, even if you are not a patron, all you have to do is just message us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, basically anything, and just basically shout, I'd like to come along. And more than welcome. It's always a fun time whenever we do those. Like, everyone just gets together, hangs out, talk shit for a couple of hours. And you might actually get to see our faces, which is very strange.
Which you don't have to. You can close your eyes the whole time if you want.
And we also have a movie review coming out next week. So that is... and also we did an Oscars review last week on the Patreon. So it's all content over on the Patreon at the minute. But Seán, so if you want to get involved in that, the link is down below. But Seán,
excellent.
Weird news. We've got to get into it because people might not know. What is weird news?
Well, you have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man too busy writing wedding cards and sympathy cards, apparently.
You don't want to mix them up.
Weird. Oh, no. Oh, it was a horrible Christmas last year.
So happy to be here. My Uncle Tom.
Or I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
It's my wedding day.
So look, Seán lives a very strange life, but Seán, we need to get into this because what started last week was we kind of talked about a lot of stories. We didn't have enough time to cover everything that happened, but some of them still caught my eye and I wanted to still talk about them because this week, Seán, I finally may have proof, as bombshell footage has emerged that Loch Ness Monster... The Loch Ness Monster may not even be alone, Seán, as there suggests there may be two creatures. That's right, bombshell footage, two creatures.
Do you know something? That I used to be obsessed with the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
I was just like, what is this thing? Why does everyone keep seeing it? Now you're telling me there's two, Conor.
Now I'm doubling the excitement.
I'm already on board. I love how I'm against Bigfoot and all the rest of them, but Loch Ness Monster, I'm like, yeah, grand, bring it along.
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
So a Nessie hunter, oh Jesus, believes that there could actually be two Loch Ness Monsters after new footage has emerged that appears to show two creatures in the water at the same time. It's never happened before. It will never happen since. Two creatures
Show me a picture of two ducks, I dare you.
I've never seen two things in water. The mystery of the Loch Ness Monster is typically centred on the idea of one unexplained creature that is living deep in the Scottish Loch. Now, we've talked about the Loch Ness Monster here on Weird News quite a lot because, I mean, it's weird news and people think he's popping up all over the place. But
Or she.
But they, Seán, they may be maybe two people. Maybe there's two. Maybe we were looking too small and not hard enough at multiple Nessies. But that may be about to change, with fresh footage showing a huge black shape moving in Loch Ness before two humps emerge from the water, giving the impression the monster is not alone, Seán.
Interesting. So, you know the famous photo of Nessie?
Yeah.
The black and white.
The fake one, yeah.
The fake one, the one that was debunked as fake, yeah. That's fine. That was taken in the 1930s, right?
Yeah.
So what if you have like a mam Nessie, and then this is the baby Nessie that's been had since the 1930s?
Oh, well, what might give this credible... This might be more credible evidence because it comes from a man named Ono Fagan. Sean, we can't really turn against our own here, but at the same time, Owen's clearly talking shite. So it puts us in a difficult position as to where to come down on this.
We are in a bit of a bind, so I think the only course of action... Let's flip the roles here. You're the skeptic.
Okay.
I fully believe in Nessie for the purposes of this argument.
See, it's interesting you've flipped it because I normally come in on the side of lunacy. But look,
this is the thing.
Okay, here we go. I feel maybe we'll be able to adapt. Okay. So Nessie Hunter Ono Fuego, if that's his real fucking name, was monitoring a webcam of the loch when he spotted a dark presence he estimated to be up to be 30 feet long. And then, within an hour, he spotted two humps surfacing not far away. And to his surprise, they appear to be moving away from each other. So, there could be two creatures in the Loch Ness. Sean, that's clearly bollocks. I don't believe a word of it. How was that?
I think, look, Owen is correct here in that I think there's a breeding pair of Loch Ness Monsters. We are soon to be overrun by Loch Ness Monsters in Scotland here.
You've come in very strong.
Yeah, no, Owen, look, you tell me a man named Ono Fuegon doesn't know everything.
The word I'm going to use is swarm. We are going to be swarmed with Loch Ness Monsters.
We're both on side now. We're going to be swarmed by Loch Ness Monsters.
Given the fact that there's no disturbance of water visible between objects, you would have to concur they are two separate moving creatures, says Mr. Fuegon. It is obvious that the two Nessie-like humps are moving over a 2-minute period. It's obvious, he says.
It is, and can I just say, I'm not going to just blindly accept everything Owen says as fact.
Yeah.
What if it's one Nessie, but it's more of a snake-like creature, and that's why the two humps are moving?
What if it's one Nessie, but it's like holding a fake cardboard second Nessie to confuse people?
You're suggesting that Nessie is the one that is doing the hoax Nessie site.
I think that Nessie is part of the hoax. Yeah, she on the inside
She's in
scoop.
on it. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, it's like The Big Short. I've not seen The Big Short. I don't know.
The call is coming from inside the house, is what I'm saying, Sean.
It's coming from inside the loch.
So what animal could be that long? What is strikingly obvious about sightings at Loch Ness is that every eyewitness could be viewing two different creatures coexisting in the one lake, Sean. That's what Owen is now coming up with. That's his theory. While the other creature, it could be completely unknown. What we do know is there are a hell of a lot of eels in Loch Ness. Having the odd rogue giant one is not beyond the realm of possibility.
So, big snake-like creature, you know, that's basically an eel, you know? Yeah. So I think I might be more correct than Owen in that one, in that Nessie is real, but it's an eel.
And he says, this is Owen's thing, that this also would answer why there are an abundance of different descriptions that we have for Nessie. Because if people are seeing two different Nessies, then sure, you would have different descriptions. One might be blonde, one might be brunette, one might be wearing flares. You don't know.
Flares?
Yeah, flares.
Into the air. That's, you know what? I'm not addressing that. That says more about you.
I've been watching Daisy Jones in the 6.
And that's what I frame all of my imaginary thoughts as now.
It's just what I watched last night.
That's you know what? Fair enough, Conor. I watched Succession, so in my mind, Nessie looks exactly like Brian Cox.
So you're a bit of a bastard then, are you?
I'm a bit of a bastard.
Bit of a businessman bastard.
Have you watched Succession, actually?
No.
It's very good. It's very good.
I know Brian Cox has come out a lot this week and is like, I hate fucking acting.
Yeah, just specifically method acting, which his son in the show famously does method acting.
Like, people might not know that story, but the actor Brian Cox is in a show Succession. The guy who plays his son in Succession, massive method actor, one of those actors that's like, I'm in the person, I am that person on set, I have become that person, and then I'm acting. And Brian Cox, esteemed actor for about 50 years now, is
one of the best in the game.
He's just
currently living.
That's all fucking bullshit. And he's come in strong repeatedly over multiple interviews and is like, I just show up, I just do acting and then I go home.
It is a job. It is a job. There's a great, like, I think I brought up before, I think it's a John Richardson or something quote, but it's, if you work as a butcher for 2 years in order to learn how to play a butcher, you're just being a butcher. You're not being an actor.
Are you acting anymore, or are you just a butcher who has a side job on a set?
Exactly. Also, the eel thing with Nessie, there's been a long-standing belief within the Loch Ness Monster fan community that Nessie could be a plesiosaur that was survived from the time of the dinosaurs, because as we all know, asteroids can't hit underwater, Conor. So the long neck of a plesiosaur could be similar to what an eel would look like.
So you're saying an asteroid hits Earth, the safest place you can go is maybe like a slightly deep puddle?
Well, yeah, because that's why... I just started a sentence and I have no idea where this is ending up. But that's why some ocean life is the same as it was in the past.
Well...
Because it...
Yeah, but it's like 10,000 feet down, not in a fucking lake.
How deep is Loch Ness?
It's not 10,000 feet.
Actually, that's a fucking Googleable fact, isn't it? Hang on,
There's
Loch
no
Ness.
way. It's as big as the Mariana Trench. There's no way.
Conor, it's 126 fathoms deep.
I can't even think of what that is.
It is about 750 feet.
Right, so not that big.
No, but I'd wager even if an asteroid hits the Earth, I'd rather be 750 feet underwater than on the surface.
I mean, you're dead either way, like.
Yeah, but
you might boil to death.
At least I get to see Nessie before I go.
Well, Nessie. Actually, I don't have a weird news story about this, but there was a story that I found in researching this show of just a woman who, on a drunken night out, came out of a pub and is suing the local council because she jumped into a puddle, but it was actually a 10-foot deep, like, puddle.
Like a sinkhole.
It looked like a puddle at the top and she just leaped into it while pissed drunk. Imagine how scary that'd be.
That would be terrible. Like, sober, that would be horrendous. Drunk, you don't know what the fuck is happening.
Because she just thinks she's going to make a big splash and then she's just gone. Like, she just vanishes.
Like, in kids, like Peppa Pig and shit like that, or Bluey, which is a superior kids show, they do whole episodes about jumping around in puddles and how fun it is. You never expect a 10-foot drop.
It's like, it's something that I just read, and it's one of those headlines where it's like, she's suing the local council, and I was just like, genuinely, I completely back her, because that sounds like the most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
Man, if that puddle was 3 feet deep, I'd be suing. You know, like, how did it get that bad? Did she jump in a manhole cover or something?
No, it literally just was like, she's walking home, she's on the tarmac, and it's literally just like a normal looking puddle. And then she's just like, wouldn't this be a laugh? Everyone look at me while I jump into this puddle and splash you all. And she leaps and then she just vanishes.
Outstanding.
So Seán, Owen is perhaps the most prolific source of webcam sightings, often logging on to watch the water from his home in County Donegal in Ireland. He's racked up multiple entries in the official Loch Ness Monster sightings register. That's a register. But new rules concerning webcam sightings mean the register has yet to record an entry in 2023. But Owen says this could be the most significant entry that they've had in a long time. He might be the person that's come across the one piece of evidence that has broken open this case wide open.
Where does it stop from here, though? Because now is it like, maybe there's 6 Nessies, and that's why there's so many sightings.
Because if there's 2, then your first question is are they breeding?
This is because there's got to be more in there, like, right? If there's 2 and there used to be 1, that implies the existence of a 3rd, in fact. You know?
No, I'm against this. I don't even think there's 1, Seán.
Oh, yeah, sorry. And I'm for this, so I'm on board still.
You think there's going to be like 6 or 7, but I, on the other hand, I'm thinking no.
I think it's not even water in there. It's just loads of tiny Nessies that are all stacked on top of each other.
It looks like war, but they're just swaying beside each other.
Also, I'm going to have the live stream of Loch Ness open for the duration of the pod. Just so you're aware. If I see anything, I will update you.
You honestly, we should do that every week. Just have that in the corner, just ready to go, just in case.
It's not related to any stories. Every so often, I just come in with Ness Watch. And
every so often, you just go like this. Oh, no,
that's a stick. That is a stick floating down.
It's important to come in strong. Like you've just, oh my God, it's the most amazing. Wait, no, actually. No, I'm backing on that.
Greatest discovery. A lorry just went. 2 lorries just went past.
And who's driving them? 2 Loch Ness Monsters. So, Sean, we're moving on to our next piece of news. And I have a bit of a story that I thought you might enjoy. And this headline really just, it stood out to me. Dad forces son to play video games for 17 hours straight after catching him up past bedtime playing video games.
What's he playing? Is my question.
So we've all been there, right? You're young. You're like, yeah, I'm going to bed, right? And then you're not going to bed. You
pull that Game Boy out from underneath your pillow, lad, and you are set.
Pokemon Emerald, and you're going to play it. Of course you are.
You're going to beat the Elite Four this time around.
But unfortunately, sometimes somebody's going to, your guardian, your parent, somebody walks in. They think, what the fuck is going on? You lied to me, you bastard, right? They maybe might not say those words, but they might say it in that kind of vibe.
Now give me your tooth, here's a load of money.
and that has gone viral after he shared his unusual punishment he gave his 11-year-old son, who stayed up past his bedtime to play video games. So, while most parents would be tempted to confiscate their child's games console if they broke their screen time limits, one dad has come up with the unusual way to teach his son about the dangers of staring at a screen for too long by making him stare at a screen for too long.
I mean, it's unorthodox, definitely. Like, the thing about it is, I see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
You know, it's like too much of a good thing is bad for you. You need limits, you need restrictions. If you told me as an 11-year-old that I could stay playing games for 17 hours, Jesus Christ, I would have murdered a man to do that.
So what happened was, here's the story, right? The father sends his child to bed, right? Yeah. 1:30 a.m, he comes upstairs. The son is still playing, right?
Yeah.
He's not happy. He's not happy, right? Way past the bedtime. He's really unhappy. School the next day, whatever.
Can I interject? What was your bedtime as an 11-year-old?
I can't remember. I don't think I had one.
That's fair. I have a vivid memory when I was about 7 or 8. I sat my dad down and said I'd like to have a talk, and then negotiated upping my bedtime from 8 to 9.
That is the most you story.
I know. And it worked. I think we agreed 7:30 was the decision.
I love the idea that you sat there. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
I've been expecting. Do we have the minutes of the last meeting? Do we? Did anyone take them down? No, there isn't. Okay, I was just wondering about bedtimes. I CC'd you in on an email. You never got back to me, so I'm just following up in person. What's the story? 9 o'clock. What are you thinking?
Look. You can laugh all you want. I got results.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, to him, I think he probably would have taken 9, but he cleverly whittled you down to 8:30.
Well, this is it. Like he cleverly got in just before the watershed there. So
yeah, because that's what happened. That's what went wrong.
But sorry, that's my bedtime story.
Did you have a bedtime at 11?
I don't think I did, actually, no. I think it was just don't take the piss.
Quarter to 9, like.
It's quarter to 9, yeah. We had a second round of negotiations.
You're just the worst negotiator. Dad, I'm 22. Quarter to 9.
All right, 10:30.
You're going out to the pub at like 9. Be back in by 10. All right.
I was 45 minutes away. I don't care.
Should have thought about that before you got dressed up. So according to the dad, he decided that instead of taking away his son's phone, he'd let him play for as long as he wanted. on just one condition. He wasn't allowed to sleep while he played.
How do you monitor that? Could you not? Also, this man's phone gaming for 17 hours.
Yeah.
What battery does he have?
That's a serious... Well, I mean, you sit at the wall, plug it in.
Oh, of course, yeah, actually.
Have you ever heard of a charger?
No, I just tear through phones at an abnormal rate.
Buy a brand new one.
Whatever they get from the factory.
and they all come with only like 50% anyway, so you're doubling the speed that you're going through them.
So we do have a Patreon if anyone would like to.
Seriously, he's after buying so many phones. He shared his method in a video posted to a social media platform and hoped to get his son to play for 24 hours in order to show him how bad for your health it can be to prioritise gaming over things like sleeping. So if the option is you're going to go blind from playing, I'm willing to let you go blind from playing. Seems like a big shout.
Yeah, it's as bad to just stay awake for 24 hours regardless of what you're doing. That's shit. Like, gaming is at least, you're not, depending on the game, you don't have to be super focused on anything. It's not like this man has like manual labour to do and he hasn't slept in 24 hours, you know, that kind of a way. I maintain, what's he playing? That's a big, if I'm playing Overwatch for 24 hours, Jesus, I will do damage to myself, Conor. But if I get to tip around in Assassin's Creed, give that to me all day.
That's so funny, because the game that I remember staying up until 8 o'clock in the morning playing one night was Assassin's Creed. It was during the summer holidays. I started at like 8 o'clock in the evening, and I was just at like 4 missions to the end at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I went, fuck it, sure, we're already in for a penny, in for a pound, like. That's
it, sure, it's already 3 a.m. What am I going to do? What am I doing tomorrow, anyway?
And I played until, like the birds were, like, singing outside my window. I was, like, trying to defeat the last mission.
Do you remember that? I remembered I had a similar thing at BioShock 2, I think. Yeah. Playing that, and I again remember the sun rising as I finished the game.
And like you're playing it as dark, and it's dark, and then the sun starts coming through the curtains, and your like room is lit up.
Man, do you remember that? That was class. I could never do it now. I would be gone for a month.
And past 11 o'clock, I'm like, Benny Buys.
I'm useless past 11 o'clock. I start work at 7, so now, like, regardless, on weekends, I will wake up like for 7 o'clock.
Oh no.
It's a nightmare. But I'm full of energy is the thing.
That's worse.
I know. Everyone hates me.
That was before you started the job.
Hey now.
I'm a rock star. So the father is like, right, I've caught you at half one, continue playing. So this might surprise you, Sean. The son agreed to the terms almost immediately. He phoned the child's school to tell them he wouldn't be coming in that day, and he would let his son continue playing games all day, right?
Oh, wow.
By 7:30 a.m, the boy was still going strong and enjoying his time on the unnamed video game. But after 12 straight hours of gaming, he failed to fight off the desire to sleep and dozed off at around 1:30 in the day. So 1:30, 13:30 p.m, Sean, if we're going to...
So that's another 12 hours he's gone to. And he's already been... He had a full day beforehand of waking up at presumably like 8 o'clock.
The father immediately woke his son up and told him to keep playing, as he had only done it for 12 hours. And the youngster managed to keep going for another few hours until he reportedly pleaded for forgiveness at 6:30, 17 hours after he was first caught playing, Sean. So the plan worked.
I dislike that this father thinks that he won in this scenario.
The son has now vowed to never do it again.
That's fair, but also he definitely will. He's fucking 11.
I mean, he's 11.
Do you imagine what this kid could do with one cup of coffee? Like, just to get him through it.
And like an espresso. Just like a little glass of an espresso now, and he'll just be fucking off the wall, ready to go.
Yeah, that was my, like, that first year of college kept me alive. I would have a double espresso and a Red Bull. And
yeah, but you had problems though. Like I knew you did.
Yeah, yeah. You remember.
You never blinked.
No, I talked really quickly as well. It was a rough time.
I don't drink Red Bull because, I mean, go through me. You know what I mean? You wouldn't like me on Red Bull. But,
all right, Bruce Banner.
Because I just literally just will not stop talking. But I feel like one coffee, maybe if you had thrown it, you got to be strategic. Maybe if he's playing for already 12 hours, 11 hours in, a coffee, and it'll push you for another few.
And sip the coffee. Don't space it out. Have that coffee over the course of maybe 30 minutes. And just get that slow release caffeine. What do you
think about this father's method? It's after working, Sean. Maybe it's a thing to do with the future.
How does it evolve, right? Because the father has now definitely internalized this as a strategy that works to teach this child a lesson.
Yeah.
So when he's 15 and he's caught with a can of cider in his school bag.
Yes.
Is it, let's go on the tear, son?
We're going on the fucking tear for days, lad.
Yeah.
Days.
Is it you've had a sip of vodka, finish the bottle? Where do you draw the line?
Don't get a mixer, just finish it.
Just in a way that no one would regularly consume this.
And you can't die. That's the rules.
If you die, I win.
Absinthe. He just gives him absinthe. It doesn't start off early. He just goes straight to that Aruzo. It's just there you go, lad.
Pure 90%. Well, he went blind, but he's not playing video games anymore. So.
He just really enjoyed his time out, so he was. He really enjoyed it.
Got a tattoo, so he did.
Can't remember it. Oh yeah, how was your Paddy's Day, Sean?
I had a quiet Paddy's Day, actually. Yeah. I didn't go into town. I avoided the parade and everything around.
No way.
No, so we stayed in, we watched some movies, had potato sandwiches and Guinness. So, pretty good.
Fuck me. That's amazing. Jeez, that's nice, amazing right? Now.
How was your Paddy's Day, Conor?
I didn't do anything, right?
Fucking class, boy.
But that's I love that. No, the worst place you go on Paddy's Day is a pub.
Well, this is the thing, is that Hell is an Irish pub where it's Paddy's Day every day. It's...
The 3 days not to go out is Stephen's Day, or... what's that?
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, thank you for the translation. Boxing Day, so the 26th of December, New Year's Eve, and Paddy's Day. You're just the write-offs.
Because it's full of people, and 90% of people are grand, but there's a very vocal 10% who are desperate to have a good time, and these are the only days they go out. And it's
you
just
don't want to be
nightmare.
around people desperate to have a good time, because you can kind of sense it.
Yeah, you could there's an air of desperation about it that you're not up for the crack. You're just here to say you did it.
Yeah. No, Paddy's Day was so Jess, my fiance, she went into town, but I had the ideal moment where she was like, I'm going in.
House to yourself.
Oh, Sean, it was amazing, right? So that morning, I was thinking, geez, I have to go out. Fuck me. This is going to be the worst thing ever. And then she just goes, will you drop me in? I'm meeting the gals. And then come collect me tonight and just have the house to yourself. I said, yes, that's the best idea I've ever heard.
I'm going to make a bold claim here. Is that you played, I want to say, Football Manager for a good portion of that day.
In a big Eskimo suit, I played Football Manager, I did, yes. And I had my feet up with the fire going.
As St. Patrick would have wanted.
As he would have wanted. And a big Batman Eskimo suit.
Oh, of course you did. Of course you did. It's the only way to play.
Oh, man, and then I played a bit of pool. It was grand. Just...
are we old? I think
I might be near death. I think I might be, but I think I've always been like this at the same time.
I've been consistently near death since the age of 11.
I've been very close to
death. My father made me play video games for 24 hours.
So I think my question to you is, do we accept the father's activities? Do we accept these actions? Or are they a terrible thing to do as a parent? We can tell people, as two people with no children, how to parent their children, surely.
Absolutely. I would say go even further. Take the child out of school.
Yeah.
Get him a Twitch channel.
Esports. Join him up to an esports league, and if he doesn't win it, he's disowned.
Yeah, put him into a ranked League of Legends tournament. Give him a headset. Do not give him a microphone. No. So he just has to take all that abuse until he reaches silver. No, gold. In fact,
gold. Yeah.
Then he can go back to school and see his friends.
Yeah, he's not allowed to see any of his friends And you're going to make sure, because you're going to make sure all of his friends are not allowed to have that game. So he cannot play with any of them. It's no longer fun. It's just pure competitive.
It's work at this point. Like, and also get him a standing desk. He's not allowed to have a chair. It's too much comfort.
I just think ruin his life.
Oh, make him take up smoking, like stunt his growth. Like, he's 11. He's got some inches to go, but not anymore.
I love the idea that like a few years from now, right, we have kids and like the child services just listen to this episode and they're just like, wait.
I'd love if that was a clause. It's like, before you have a kid, they need to review every like recorded piece of media you've ever created.
They would have so much evidence on us being bastards,
just being terrible humans, but they'd have to listen to.
But they'd have to take it all out. Like, they'd have to take, because if you take it out of context, almost everything we say is terrible. But also, if you take it in context, almost everything we say is still terrible, but slightly less.
True.
So
that's the niche
it's a very tricky thing to situation. So, Sean, I think we need to move on, because I thought this is a headline that I feel is designed just for you, just to kind of, because I think it makes. I don't understand it.
Henry Cavill pirate movie in the works.
Rolls-Royce secures funds to develop a nuclear reactor for a moon base.
If you had given me €1 million, I could not have predicted where that fucking sentence was going.
Rolls-Royce has secured funds to develop a nuclear reactor to put on a moon base.
What qualifications do Rolls-Royce have in the field of nuclear reactors?
Make nice cars. There you go.
Lovely cars. I'm not saying anything about the cars. It's the reactors I take umbrage with.
So, Rolls-Royce has received funding from the UK Space Agency to develop a nuclear reactor.
The UK has a space agency?
The project will look into how nuclear power could be used to support a future base on the moon for astronauts. And Rolls-Royce were going to build it. Scientists and engineers of the British company are working at a micro-reactor program to develop technology to provide the power needed for humans to live and work on Earth's natural satellite, the moon.
Lads, why do we have to work? If I'm on the moon, I'm doing fucking nothing, alright?
If I'm on the moon, I'm at least having a 4-day week.
I'm having a 4-day week and like salary, like tenure position. I'm
going to need a permanent contract, lads. I'm not doing anything less than a fixed time contract.
If you put me on the moon, you can fucking pay to keep me alive.
You're paying me hourly on the moon.
Yeah. Oh, duh. Don't you want imagine being the first podcast on the moon. Come on.
Would that be good or bad?
I mean, if it's this podcast, probably bad.
Bit of an echo.
No sound in space.
Wouldn't be.
There'd be no echo.
Well, unless we're in a big, like, I'm thinking of a big glass dome that we'd be in, and then there would be a severe echo.
That's true. Yeah, your options are out in the vacuum of space.
Yeah.
Big glass dome or sheet metal box.
What we take?
Vacuum of space for the quality.
I'll take space.
Get real close to that microphone
and freeze to death.
Honestly, it's win-win.
Do you know what movie I was thinking of earlier this week was Sunshine? This is just a
Sunshine's fucking great.
Great movie.
Danny Boyle.
Have you seen the cast of that? I've gone back to read the cast. It's ridiculous.
It is. You got Cillian Murphy's in that, isn't he?
Oh, you've got Cillian Murphy, Michelle Yeoh, Chris Evans, just to name 3 off the top of my head.
Rose Byrne, Benedict Wong, Mark Strong is in this. Hiroyuki Sanada, who's an unreal actor. It's Rachel Weisz.
It's the best cast I've ever seen.
Colin Mockery. Oh,
Colin Mockery.
Colin Mockery's in there somewhere.
Colin.
Donal Logue doing some Donal acting.
We love a Donal.
We love a Donal here on the pod. But no, Sunshine's great. I was thinking about The Martian earlier today.
Oh yeah,
which is just a very good science fiction story.
Didn't it win Best Comedy at the?
It was
Golden Globes
for Best Comedy at the Oscars. Yeah,
or the Oscars, was it?
I think so, and it's technically a comedy, but it's not really.
Is that Danny Dyer? No, not Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer.
Danny Boyle. I want to see Danny Dyer direct a movie.
Oh my God, I would pay money to see that.
Do any of the American people know who Danny Dyer is?
Danny Dyer is English actor, Cockney actor who was in EastEnders, I want to say, who has tried for years to cultivate the personality of being a hard man, but he keeps just doing light entertainment panel shows for the last decade or so.
I'm going to come in strong. I love Danny Dyer.
I love him so much.
He knows his brand.
Yeah, and I respect that.
It. He knows that he looks like a fucking idiot, and he's just like, I'm just going to be me and be more of like him doing that show. He had a whole show where he just went around and met like the most dangerous men in Britain, and it was always just like him in the cab or the taxi on the way there, and he just look at the camera and he just go, I am shitting myself.
I am a regular man for all intents and purposes. What's like other EastEnders actor Ross Kemp, who they used to just fucking send to Afghanistan and shit.
They're like, Ross, I know you're in EastEnders. Could you go meet the Taliban? We really need you to have a chat with them.
We want to do kind of a Louis Theroux style thing where we put you in ISIS.
How is he not dead?
I have no idea at all.
He would always just walk in like, I'm part of the Ku Klux Klan today, and I've decided to tell them that I think not all black people are bad, and let's see how that goes.
Like, he would just be in these remarkable situations where, but there was every bit of content I've ever seen from that show has just been clips of him in danger.
And somehow everyone always got away, but they were always like so close to death, because they would just be like, the group would eventually turn on them and just be like, well, we're all serial killers and we kind of want to kill you. And he'd be like, hold up now, right? What's going on, right? Why are we doing this? Time to get out of here.
Whereas, like, he played a tough guy in EastEnders was his whole criteria.
Before he ran, he'd always look at the camera and went, time to get out of here. And then he'd sprint. It
was such a weird time for TV.
I just think we should talk about more Danny Dyer and Ross Kemp.
Danny and Ross, put them in a
show together.
No, because what you need to do like a complete fish out of water thing where they go around. What's the one? Bob Mortimer is in it, and they just go around doing like fishing and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
I want that, but it's Ross Kemp and Danny Dyer doing like handicrafts.
But I want like the most action-packed music ever in the background.
Film it the exact same, produce it the exact same, but it's the most like delicate, like skillful crafts.
They're like doing origami, and Danny Dyer's just like, I'm fucking shitting myself. Just non-stop.
Has Danny Dyer done Bake Off? Because that seems like a missed opportunity if he hasn't.
You slag.
You see, he's just calling everything a slag.
Has Danny Dyer done a Bake Off?
He hasn't done a Bake Off.
Celebrity Bake Off.
He turned it down, apparently.
What? How?
Yeah. It's from the Mirror. They asked me to do. So, oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
So he was offered a chance to star in Celebrity Bake Off, but apparently at an awards ceremony, he had offended Mary Berry by licking her ear when he was drunk during an acceptance speech.
Oh, Daddy.
So he wasn't sure if he was cool with Mary or not to do the show. Now, that's when Mary Berry was hosting Bake Off, which is we all know she's not anymore.
That's many years ago now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he said he's sorry, presumably.
And she's about 107. There's no way she remembers that happening.
No, not at all. Well, she's fairly spry for a 107-year-old, to be fair.
She doesn't stop baking. They're always trying to find Mary something to do.
I watched a show with Mary Berry where she just went into the woods and fucking found shit to eat and cooked it. Like,
I think you were thinking of Bear Grylls.
No.
No, it was Mary Berry.
It was Mary Berry. She went out with a little wicker basket. Just came back with a full
so not like meal. She was stuck on like an island or so that like she had to drink her own piss.
It wasn't a survivor scenario.
Yeah, okay. I would like to see Mary Berry in that situation.
I would, that would be excellent. It's very off topic. Do you remember the Bear Grylls where he went to the west of Ireland?
No, I've never seen that one.
There's an episode of Man vs. Wild where he goes to like, it's fucking Connemara or something like that. Like not even that remote.
Why is there just a fucking field?
This is the thing, it's just field and rock, and it's filmed like he's in the Amazon rainforest. But what he does, it sticks in my mind because in one of the scenes, he slaughters and skins a sheep, and the sheep skin becomes his most valuable asset because he uses it as a backpack, as a sleeping bag. He wraps it around himself because it's kind of waterproof, and then swims across a little river. It's a very weird... And I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is 3 hours from my house.
Like, he could just get a bus. There's probably a bus route that's just
There's definitely a tour guide, like, down the road.
It's over the hill. I'm just like, this is the farmer's field that he has the sheep in. And why did you kill his sheep, really, is the question. He's wondering why you killed one of his favourite sheep.
This is the thing, because there's no wild sheep in Ireland, really. They're all ravenous. Owned by someone. Yeah, they're a fucking pest, like.
See, there's an issue with that is, what's he going to be attacked by? Because Ireland has literally no animals that will harm you in any way. Like, it was either a cow or a sheep that was going to take him down, and he was going to have to kill them.
Like, there's very little danger in terms of, like, wildlife. You might, like, exposure, maybe if it's a particularly cold night, but you're far more likely to slip on a rock and fall in the sea.
It's not really the most exciting Bear Grylls episode if he says, I'm a bit fucking chilly. It's actually quite windy and rainy in Ireland because, like, I'm going to go down to the local cafe and get a cup of tea. I'm going to go to the pub where everyone is. It's probably warm.
You're never more than 15 minutes from a pub. Like,
somewhere.
Honestly.
It's in one direction and everyone's in there beside a fire singing away.
Yeah, you'll have a great time. There's
actually a pub about 15 minutes from here that's in the middle of fucking nowhere, Sean, right? And whenever I drive past, there's about 20 cars all outside it. There was 20 cars outside it on Paddy's Day. Now, here's the question. How the fuck are any of those people getting home? Because there's no taxi people anywhere around there.
So... you just don't have too much, you know?
If you were the police, you would just park 4 yards away and just watch people walk out to their car and then drive back out to their house.
Unless there's one designated driver for everyone and they're just doing spins.
Yeah, I'd say that's what's happened. Yeah, they all have designated drivers.
Yeah, and then they'll all come back in and collect the cars tomorrow, you know?
My dad once told me a story of his friend who this is like the 80s, who was so drunk that he still drove home because in the 80s, I mean, different rules altogether. It was the Wild Wild West.
There was a marketing campaign in Ireland in, I think, 80s or 90s called Don't Have the Fifth. It might have been the 70s actually, but he was telling me that his friend came out of the pub and they were walking up and they turned around and he'd gotten into the back seat of his own car because he was trying to drive home, but he was so drunk that he got into the back seat of his own car. He still had his hands up at 10 and 2 just ready to go.
And he still drove home. That's the level we're talking about here.
Oh, they let him drive home because he was grand.
They're like, he's fucking fine, he's sitting down, isn't he? He's grand.
Yeah, it's country roads, be grand. There's no lights, you don't need them.
Sean, we're going to move on to our next piece of news. And by the way, that story was about space. I don't know how we got there, but that's what you do.
Look,
Danny Dyer. Everyone check out Danny Dyer's best bits on YouTube. There's definitely a video and I bet it's amazing. Can you just give us an update on Loch Ness? What's going on?
Open that tab back up. Do you know, I closed it to go to the UK Space Agency, Conor.
Oh, right, okay.
I've got to get through so many tabs.
We could have missed something really big.
Look, someone else will... Look, we're a large community of Ness heads.
Everyone listening to this right now, throw up the Loch Ness live footage. We all need to see it. It's also coming from Owen, I'm pretty sure.
Look, the sun is about to set in Scotland as well, just for what it's worth. The camera does this weird thing where it pans back and forth, and I'm like, what if something happens on that 2 inches of the screen that I'm missing?
That's proper conspiracy theory.
Yeah, they don't want us to see it.
I love the idea that Nessie pops her head out every single time the camera's just out of shot. Just like it moves to the left, pops it up to the right, and then it goes to the right and pops up to the left. The bastard.
Do you know what I will say, Conor? A lot of white vans going down the road there. I would say that a load of tradespeople just finished working for the day. Yeah. Now.
Big news. Big news.
Big news on Loch Ness.
People finish work around 5:30.
Now let's look at the Temple Bar live camera and see what's happening.
Oh man, some lad paid €9 for a pint in Temple Bar this weekend. That'll make
Absolutely disgusting.
That'll make you feel great.
Absolutely foul.
Okay, Sean, man arrested for threatening MBTA riders with his pet rat named Jerry.
What's an MBTA and how's Jerry doing?
An MBTA rider is accused of threatening fellow passengers. I actually don't know. And police say this isn't the first time he and his rodent have caused problems on the T. I assume it's some sort of public transport. Let's see what it means.
MBTA rider? Trip planner. Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority.
There you go.
Okay.
So the transit police arrested 57-year-old Jeffrey Stewart, the Boston man who they say is well known for causing problems with his rat named Jerry on the ride.
Only if there's a cat named Tom around. They get into all kinds of hijinks.
He was taken into custody at the Oak Grove Tea Station about 4 p.m. last Thursday evening. Police said he was also drinking and being disorderly. A prosecutor said in court on Friday that Stewart was yelling at patrons and was telling Jerry to attack them when they were a few yards away.
Jerry was trying to talk him down this whole time.
Jerry was like, chill, lad, there's no issues here, right? Just come on, man.
It's fine.
It's not word. He was arrested after allegedly refusing repeated requests from officers to leave the station. And the prosecutor said he threatened to get Jerry to assault one of the officers when they took him into custody. He's really confident in Jerry's kung fu.
Yeah, it's like he's trained Jerry specifically to fight and kill.
But Jerry's a pacifist.
Yeah, Jerry wants no part. He doesn't like the monster that he was made into being.
A lawyer for Stewart argued that police didn't identify the passengers who complained about the rat, making the allegation hard to prove. A very good point, well made back. Jerry has been turned over to animal control, and his lawyer, Jeffrey's lawyer, then said he's very concerned about what they did with his best friend Jerry. That's his pet. That's his friend. Where is Jerry? Prosecutors want Stewart to stay away from the MBTA. The judge said they had concerns about Stewart's mental capacity about not calling in Jerry.
I mean, but like, if you took someone's dog off them,
yeah,
there'd probably be a lot of people being like, give him his dog back. Like a rat is a perfectly acceptable pet to have.
Well, in December, police said riders felt unsafe when a man, who we now know as Jeffrey, had his pet rat sitting on his shoulder on the bus.
That's if he's a well-trained and kept rat. That's absolutely... If Jerry is a rat that he's pulled from the drain...
Yeah. So you're saying that from a drain rat doesn't have the same rights to use a bus as any other rat? That's a disgusting thing to say, Sean.
No, it's not that they don't have the same. It's just that there are certain precautions that must be taken.
Oh, right.
Same if I had COVID, say, and I wanted to ride the bus.
Does this rat have COVID?
This rat might have COVID, I think. He's anti-vax.
That's a terrible thing to put on the rat.
Well, look, he can't
I like to think that Jerry's really pro-vax and Jeffrey's anti-vax.
But they just haven't got a syringe small enough.
No, his arm it's not right there. Like he's been hearing things on Facebook.
Yeah, he's been doing his own research.
Yeah. One of his 5,000 aunties told him to watch out.
I'm not. Don't have to defend this.
I think you do.
A wild,
it's not a wild rat. Jerry's a friend, and he's sitting on his shoulder. Not causing
if he's a rat you got from a pet shop, fine.
Yeah.
If he's a wild rat that's been in all kinds of situations, there are certain precautions that have to be taken just on the basis of what rats are. That doesn't translate to anything else in society.
I think you're being a bit fucking racist.
Oh, Jesus! Time to get out of here.
Is this a sign of a bigger thing with Sean?
I'm talking about rats on a train.
There's going to be a headline here that Sean's anti-immigrant.
I don't want this.
Oh man, I just want people who look like me on the bus, then Sean.
Conor, I want no one to be like me. That's not fair on anyone.
Actively, I want them to not be like me.
Do better.
You're like on the ground, go on without me. I failed.
Sean, we can save you at any time. No, go on without me,
I have
please.
failed as mortal Kyle. Go on. What do you think about Jeffrey? I mean, he gets arrested just because his pet rat Jerry is with him at all times. Could be a comfort rat. Is this a case that he's been unfairly picked out?
He might have got arrested for the fact that he was drinking and telling the rat to attack people on a public transport.
Yeah, but sure, the rat didn't attack people though. Sure, I could tell people that like, oh man, somebody attacked them. But if nothing happens, then who's to blame?
Well, look, okay, so say you get on the Lewis in Dublin and someone is saying to their pet rat, attack that man.
Yeah, I'd be laughing. I'd be thinking, ha ha ha, my kung fu will easily defeat that rat, I would think.
Genuinely, probably wouldn't report it because nothing's going to get done. But the principle is that you wouldn't be happy about
example.
that.
The Lewis is a different world.
Oh, a massive bus just went past Loch Ness. But...
Was there a rat on it?
He's driving the bus. It's a Ratatouille situation, but it's a bus.
Jeez, Jerry the bus driver.
Jerry the bus driver. He's moving up in the world.
Oh man,
all the way over from Massachusetts.
Sean, we're going to finish off this week with a story that I feel like is very vital to what's been going on lately in the world of cinema. Because recently we've had Cocaine Bear take cinemas by storm of a story that a bear took on a bunch of cocaine, and this is a real life story in the 80s, and then just went on a mad fucking rampage.
Became the apex predator on the planet for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then had a very, very deep sleep. But, Sean, exotic cat that escaped during Oakley police stop has tested positive for cocaine. I'm talking cocaine cat.
Cocaine cat. My God. Bit of the old powdered milk, if you know what I mean.
A serval is recovering at the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden after a traumatic experience that left it drugged and earlier this year. A serval is an exotic cat breed native to Africa. This one came to the zoo in late January after it escaped his owner's car during his owner's arrest. So, Cincinnati police are arresting a man in Oakley. The massive fucking exotic cat is in the car with the man. When they attempt to arrest the man, the cat jumps out of the man's car and ran up a tree, according to the news. We got called in to get the cat out of the tree, said Anderson. But authorities initially described the serval as a leopard, initially. So they get the call, there's a leopard in a tree and we want you to get it down.
Say again? Sorry?
I'd rather deal with a murder case. Anderson says the Hamilton County dog warden deputies were mostly surprised. They weren't sure what they were dealing with. Hindsight being 2020, it probably would have involved a whole lot more people if we had known.
No, if we were fully aware of the situation, yeah, we would have brought some we're the lads who look after dogs, like.
They got a call that a cat had got up a tree, so they went down thinking, a cat's up a tree, we'll help solve this. Servals, however, are 3 times the size of a normal cat, weighing 20 to 40 pounds, and can also jump 7 feet in the air.
How do you spell serval, by the way?
Serval.
I'll have a look at this. Oh, it's cute. Oh, that's a bit. It's like I get where they get the leopard from. It's a spotted cat, big cat, but it has the head of a small house cat.
Well, I mean, it can weigh up to 35. Oh no, this cat weighed 35 pounds.
My God.
And to quote Anderson, was not excited to be removed from the tree, which I think is very, very innocent talk for. That cat was not fucking budging, no matter how many people they had down at the bottom of that tree trying to move it. It wasn't easy on either the serval or the rescuers. And in the process of getting the cat out of the tree, obviously the cat did not want to get out of the tree. Their officers were working really hard to make sure they didn't lose the cat in the process. And so they were basically fighting and struggling with this massive, giant, leopard-looking cat for over 40 minutes.
Jesus Christ. And the cat doesn't know what's going on. Like, it's just trying to get by. It's high as fuck right now.
The expert told the serval's rescuers he didn't know how they did it. He's like, genuinely? I have no idea how you got it out of that fucking tree in the end.
Reasoned with him, you know?
Anderson says the expert told the officers, I'd rather have dealt with a fucking tiger than a serval in a tree.
Wow. I guess you're on its turf at that point, like.
They didn't, so when they captured it, they finally they conducted a toxicology report, and it came back positive for cocaine. So the cat was riddled with cocaine and ran straight up a tree and was very, very, I can only assume, drugged to the fucking high heavens while up the tree.
It's remarkable no one lost a face in this story. Like a cat high on cocaine up a tree trying to be brought out of the tree. It's a recipe for disaster. There's a thing as well. If a cat, this is a weird thing. If a cat smokes weed, it never comes down. It's just high forever from then on.
What?
If a cat is in the room where like people are smoking weed and it breathes it in, if it inhales, then it just stays high forever.
Can I ask you a question? How do you know that?
Someone told me once.
Who?
I think it was my friend Phil.
I think Phil is talking shit.
What if... Hang on. I'll let me message Phil.
What's Phil's fucking expertise? Is he a fucking doctor?
Smokes a lot of weed.
He smoked a lot of weed, so I did.
What happens if a cat gets high?
High. Yeah.
Is a cat high for life if it gets high? The good news is that in most situations, cats can fully recover.
Exactly. Phil's a liar. I love the fact that you immediately fell apart. You were like with the most confidence, and then I was like, "Who told you that?" My friend Phil.
It was more of an anecdote, really, than a fact.
It's more like I just heard it, and I just said it back. When did he tell you? When you were like 7?
We were in college. Yeah, I was 7. Phil was 28 at the time.
Did you ever smoke one of these? You were like, I have a very important business meeting with my dad later on. I gotta have my head on straight.
Oh, please, my father will make me do crack cocaine if I smoke that.
He's got that way. He's gonna give me crack cocaine in a half-8 bedtime.
I'll learn my lesson, though.
Haven't blinked for days. Sean, this cat, we have Cocaine Cat. Maybe this is the next movie that they will adapt, because this could be the sequel to Cocaine Bear.
It could be. And then you have the cat like go on the run. I want the cat to take the pill from Limitless that makes it really smart. And then we see what happens.
My follow-up is, Sean, how do we adapt? So we got Cocaine Cat and Cocaine Bear. We need to mix it up with drugs and animals, because I can see these movies could be carried on forever after Cocaine Bear. They are already talking about doing other movies with different animals on drugs.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
Meth Monkey.
Meth Monkey is pretty good. Yeah,
PCP Gorilla.
What animal starts with H?
That's a difficult question. Horse.
Heroin horse.
Heroin horse. MDMA crocodile.
MDMA crocodile. Good.
Yeah.
I mean...
actually, MDM alligator. That's what it's called.
Oh, MDM alligator. And when the title comes up, a big bite comes out of the M.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah. Write that down. Write that one down.
Someone write that down. MDMA alligator. I think those movies might be better with the least threatening animal. I think like you pick the cutest animal and then you go after them.
Dope dog.
Dope dog is pretty good.
Just a very chilled out dog at that point.
It's just a chilled out. It doesn't want to cause any mischief whatsoever.
I'm just going to Google drugs.
Just type drugs.
Oh, no, I'm going to have to put illegal drugs in the search. Hang on.
This is going to put you on definitely a list, but that's okay.
Illegal. familylives.org.uk. Here
Nobody's
we go.
ever looked up the Loch Ness live feed and illegal drugs in the same 15-minute period, but go on.
No, they're closely linked, but never Googled
Yeah.
at the same time. So, on familylives.org.uk, advice/teenagers/drugs-alcohol, they give in alphabetical order various drugs/alcohols, but they also give slang terms for them.
Oh, good, perfect.
Alcohol, first of all. You got booze, bevies, hooch, or sauce.
You ever go on the hooch?
Cannabis, you got dope, hash, weed, pot, skunk, ganja, zoot, spliff, and green. Zoot. I've never heard zoot before.
Haven't heard zoot now myself.
Cocaine referred to as sniff, white lady, coke. Ecstasy referred to as beans.
Means?
Beans. B-E-A-N-S.
All right, beans.
Heroin. Ketamine calf. It's a baby cow on ketamine.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yes. Is there anyone that starts with P?
P. Oh, it's in helpful alphabetical order. No, there isn't, in fact.
I thought we could get a penguin on something and maybe that'd be a movie.
Mushroom penguin, I feel, would work.
Oh, mushroom penguin is... they wwon't be mating for life. They're killing for life.
Oh. We can work on that tagline, but that's okay.
Sean, I think that's it for weird news this week. I think we're finishing off on
let's end it on drug talk. Let's...
I was like, we could keep it going, but it's funnier if we don't. We'll just leave it at
stop
that.
There.
Nobody should ever refer to anything as skunk unless there's an actual skunk.
Oh, what if it's a skunk?
A skunk.
Yeah.
Zoot zoo. I bought a zoot zoo.
Zoot zebra.
Zoot zebra. See, I went zoot zoo because everything in it is on zoot.
Maybe that's it. It's quantity, not quality.
I want all animals on the zoot.
All animals on all drugs at all times.
Which one was zoot?
Zoot. Oh Jesus, Conor, we're not cool enough to know.
I can't remember which one was zoot.
So, just for everyone's, I've googled Loch Ness live camera, illegal drugs, and then zoot is what's happening here. Zoot drug meaning marijuana.
Oh, marijuana. See, that's a very
cannabis
chill
cigarette, Conor.
I just think whenever I read anything like that, it's always like a parent with the chair turned backwards and their legs on either side, and it's just like, all right, kids, are you doing the zoot?
I've had a few zoots in my time, I won't deny it.
We've all had zoots, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to get good grades, you don't need zoots. I'll tell you that now.
You need books.
Fucking boots on the ground. Get into the classroom. Maybe some heroin. No, wait, no, hang on, no. What am I pitching here?
Back.
Oh, lads. Don't do drugs, everybody. They're bad.
Don't do drugs. They're bad.
Unless you're setting up some sort of zoo situation where all animals are on something for a movie, then I will accept it.
We are interested in sponsorship.
We would like to do a trailer for that. But Sean, I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week. Would you like me to take us out, Conor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero. Movie review will be coming on the Patreon, and we will be back in April with a Movie Monthly's movie report.
And the listener hangout.
And the listener hangout is this Saturday. There's so much content on Patreon. Head on over there. Patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Big shout outs to all of our wonderful patrons: Róisín the Wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, Waffles, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Washing, It'll Be Grand, Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin. You are the spark that will boil the kettle, that will make the coffee, that will burn the first order down. I believe that's Luke Hoff is who changed that one. Lords, that was all caps, but my throat is not able for it right now.
Good.
Thank you to Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Ed Ball, The Adventures of Indiana Jones and the Franchise That Just Won't Die. Lorraine and Conor have swapped the order of their names to purposefully bamboozle Seán. Russ, so let me get this straight. We're all going to see Paramore live in April? Parfit? We are. It's technically a Heroes for Hire live show, is what Paramore are doing there.
They just don't know it yet.
Yeah, we're going to ruin it for everyone. Thank you to Jackson Bruheim and Liz Feltner. Thank you all so much for your continued support. We hope you enjoyed the Oscars chat that we put up on the Patreon. We hope you enjoy the live show this Saturday. We hope you enjoy the movie show that was going to be going up there next week. So head on over there if you want to support us in that way. There's also a merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @heroesforhirepod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lauder.
I have been Seán Meehan.
And we should see you all next week, guys.
Bye.